Hey everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is Friday. I had a busy day yesterday and a busy night, so today's been slower. But anyway, I do have openings for later today still. I'm going to start a client at 2:30, so I do have some openings available, and I will be working, of course, over the weekend. It's too cold to do anything, so this is where the Zoom and the phone readings come in quite handy. Um, One of the things, as I said, we're dealing with is we're moving closer to that full moon in Leo, which is Sunday, and that sets off a complete trilogy of the whole month of February. This is probably going to be one of the biggest transformational months that we've seen, never mind just on an independent level, but probably on a world level, that will carry out right through until the dust settles, probably in around September. So you just want to be prepared that if something isn't working, it sure as hell isn't going to work this year. It's going to get worse until it blows up, and then things have to be completely restructured or resettled or whatever. So if there are fractures and they're almost, you can sense that there's no way that things are going to be resolved. They're not going to resolve. It's too difficult an energy. So I'm saying that people have to be a little bit careful about listening to legacy media. Legacy media across the world, they're on damage control. They're terrified of things getting out of control, which I can understand because things are cracking and and as I said, there are certain individuals in this world that are not being upfront, that are linked to an agenda, and that goes both sides. And these things are all going to come into the light of day by the time we get into July, August. That's when we will see things with eyes wide open. When Jupiter goes into Leo, it's too bright an energy over the next year. It's too bright. There'll be so many things exposed, and some people will be shocked, and there'll be a lot of people in defense mode that we didn't, and this other bullshit. But you'll see. Anyway, as I said, I'm available. I'm around. All you Aries out there, I'm sure you're feeling it. Pisces are being a bit brazen, but they better be careful because if they're caught lying in the coming months, they'll have mud on their face. So they better be very careful. You be very careful that you're not doing anything untoward or below board, because if you are, you will be caught. Anyway, as I stated, I'm around, I'm here, and get out there and even if you have to race over to get a hot cocoa or a coffee somewhere, do something because you don't want to sit in too long. These are the winters in Canada I remember in the 70s and 80s. A bit in the 90s, but mainly the 70s and 80s and the 60s were worse. But these are what really lead to the whole cabin fever thing. So by the time the weather really does warm up here, probably by the end of April, the patios will be packed, which is fun and it'll be a good thing. Anyway, wish you guys all the best. As I said, I am around, so I do have openings today after 4:30. So give me a call. Cheers. You heard it here first.